envision yourself trapped in a dimly lit room, the air thick with the cacophony of hollow laughter and meaningless chatter. People exchange empty pleasantries, their voices rising and falling like the tide, masking the darkness that lurks beneath their smiles. In the shadows, a solitary figure stands apart, seemingly untouched by the superficial revelry, lost in a labyrinth of thought that spirals into the abyss. Have you ever pondered why those with sharp minds often drift away from the throng? Why do they seek the solace of solitude over the clamor of gatherings, preferring the depths of contemplation to the shallows of idle banter? Perhaps this detachment holds the key to a more profound existence, one that lies hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. Today, we will delve into the haunting insights of Arthur Schopenhauer, a philosopher whose dark reflections on human nature reveal why the intelligent often recoil from social entanglements. We will uncover unsettling truths about the nature of human interactions, the eerie power of solitude, and how this perspective could forever alter your view of the world. Ultimately, we will confront the most chilling realization of all, one that may forever change the way you navigate your own existence. Schopenhauer, a profound thinker of the 19th century, perceived the world through a lens clouded by despair. He argued that most engage in social rituals not from a place of genuine connection, but as a frantic escape from the suffocating grip of boredom. To him, social life was a mere illusion, a deceptive distraction from the grim realities that lie beneath the surface of human existence. His viewpoint corresponds with the notion that genuinely intelligent individuals, those who pursue knowledge, wisdom, and meaning, often feel a sense of disconnection from society's trivial pursuits. But what causes this? Why do highly intelligent people frequently shy away from social groups? To explore this, we must delve into the essence of intelligence itself. Intelligence encompasses more than just IQ scores or the ability to tackle complex problems. It also includes the ability to see beyond illusions, to challenge the status quo, and to engage in profound reflection on existence. Intelligent individuals have a strong desire for knowledge and understanding, often discovering that typical social interactions lack depth, substance, and authenticity. Take solitude, for example. Many people fear being alone because they equate it with loneliness. Yet Schopenhauer viewed solitude as essential for personal development. He contended that being able to find contentment in one's own company signifies a robust and independent mind. In solitude, we gain the freedom to think, reflect, and participate in meaningful activities without distractions. Intelligent individuals do not shun social life out of dislike for others. Rather, they do so because they cherish their time, energy, and inner world. This notion is further reinforced by contemporary psychological studies, which indicate that highly intelligent people often have lower social needs and prefer solitude. They derive satisfaction from deep thinking, creative endeavors, and intellectual exploration rather than from shallow social interactions. While many people chase constant excitement from the world around them, a truly intelligent mind finds its fulfillment from within. It's intriguing to consider that some of history's most profound thinkers, writers, and scientists, like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Isaac Newton, and even Schopenhauer, often preferred their own company. Their most brilliant ideas emerged not amidst the clamor of social gatherings or trivial chatter, but in the quiet embrace of solitude, where their thoughts could wander freely into the unknown. Yet, this inclination toward solitude is frequently misinterpreted by society. We inhabit a culture that celebrates extroversion, where being socially engaged is equated with success, and solitude is often wrongly perceived as loneliness or arrogance. This misconception is deeply saddening. Intelligent individuals do not avoid social interactions out of contempt. Rather, they cherish their intellectual and emotional health. Now, let's delve a little deeper. What does this mean for you? If you've ever felt out of sync with societal expectations, if you've ever wondered why superficial conversations and fleeting interactions leave you feeling empty, know that you are not alone in this struggle. You are not peculiar, nor are you unsociable. You are merely someone who perceives the world in deeper shades, someone who cherishes substance over triviality. Yet there lies a bittersweet irony. While solitude is vital for intellectual and personal development, total isolation can lead to a sense of stagnation and despair. Schopenhauer himself acknowledged that although those with keen minds may gravitate towards solitude, they should not entirely shun society. The essence is in finding a delicate balance, opting for meaningful connections rather than obligatory gatherings, prioritizing quality over quantity in relationships, and realizing that true contentment springs from within rather than from the approval of others. As we embark on this exploration, we will delve further into Schopenhauer's philosophy, revealing the somber truths that lie beneath social existence, intelligence, and the quest for meaning. What perils accompany excessive socializing? How can solitude serve as a means for self-mastery? And most crucially, what is the profound realization that can dramatically alter your outlook on life? Stay with me, for what follows may unveil the most poignant insight of all. Schopenhauer posited that the greater one's intellect, the heavier the burden of social interaction becomes. But why is this so? What is it that renders social life so draining for those of high intelligence? To uncover this, we must first examine the fundamental ways in which intelligence influences perception, values, and the very essence of human connection. One significant reason intelligent individuals often withdraw from social life is their acute awareness of the superficiality that permeates conversations. They perceive beyond mere words, beyond the hollow exchanges that often define social interactions. Most social interactions are shaped by unspoken rules, small talk, politeness, and social hierarchies that often feel hollow. For those with a keen intellect, these exchanges resemble a performance, where individuals assume roles instead of engaging in authentic, meaningful conversations. This awareness leaves them feeling unfulfilled in everyday social encounters. Schopenhauer suggested that vanity largely drives social behavior. He noted that people often interact not to seek truth or wisdom, but to boost their own status, satisfy their egos, or escape loneliness. This is why gossip, trivial entertainment, and idle chatter often overshadow many social gatherings. The thoughtful individual, disinterested in such superficial pursuits, frequently finds these interactions more exhausting than rewarding. Yet, there is a deeper, more poignant reason why intelligent people retreat from social life: the weight of profound contemplation. Their minds are in a constant state of analysis, questioning and deconstructing reality, while others may find joy in discussing the latest trends, sports, or gossip. The intelligent mind is preoccupied with philosophical inquiries, existential dilemmas, and intricate ideas. Engaging in social life often feels like an unwelcome interruption, a distraction from the richness of their inner world. This struggle is compounded by a sense of intellectual loneliness. Intelligent individuals often find it challenging to connect with others who share their depth of thought. It's not a matter of superiority. Rather, they yearn for conversations that stimulate their minds, challenge their views, and lead them toward deeper understanding. In this way, the very essence of their being can feel isolated, lost in a world that often values the trivial over the profound. The concept of intellectual loneliness further emphasizes this issue. Highly intelligent individuals often find it challenging to connect with others who possess a similar depth of thought. It's not a matter of feeling superior. Rather, they seek conversations that stimulate their intellect, challenge their viewpoints, and encourage deeper understanding. When such meaningful exchanges are infrequent, they may start to view socializing as pointless, opting instead for solitude that allows them to explore the ideas of great thinkers through literature, art, and reflection. Interestingly, research indicates that people with high intelligence often report lower levels of happiness in very social settings. A study published in the British Journal of Psychology revealed that those with higher intelligence are generally less satisfied with life when they frequently engage in social activities. This is because their joy stems more from intellectual pursuits and personal accomplishments than from social connections. But does this imply that intelligent individuals should entirely forego social interactions? Not necessarily. Schopenhauer acknowledged the importance of some social engagement, but cautioned against excessive involvement. He believed that while solitude leads to genuine wisdom, occasional social interactions could provide insights into human nature. However, he recommended being highly selective about one's companions, prioritizing the quality of relationships over quantity. This raises a significant question: if solitude is so advantageous, why does society encourage constant socialization? The answer is rooted in the very fabric of human civilization. Our world thrives on collective collaboration. From a young age, we learn that being social is a virtue, that success hinges on networking, and that being alone is something to be avoided. Social norms push individuals to conform, to belong to a group, and to seek approval from others. However, perceptive individuals can see beyond this societal conditioning. They realize that much of what is deemed normal social behavior is merely a societal expectation rather than a true necessity. They understand that real fulfillment arises not from external validation but from personal growth. and self-exploration. Yet, this understanding comes at a price. Those who opt for solitude often encounter judgment, misunderstanding, and even scorn. They may be labeled as loners, introverts, or antisocial. But what if these individuals are not retreating from society due to a dislike for others, but rather because they cherish something more profound? What if solitude signifies strength rather than weakness, independence instead of isolation? This is where Schopenhauer's philosophy gains even greater significance. He posited that solitude is not merely a choice, but a vital necessity for those seeking wisdom. He viewed it as the ultimate escape from the mediocrity of the world, a means to elevate one's mind above the distractions of everyday life, and to connect with the timeless truths of existence. So, what does this imply for you? Please share your thoughts, and remember to conclude your response with the phrase, if you've ever felt like an outsider, if you've ever found it difficult to conform to societal expectations, or if you've ever doubted the importance of constant social engagement, know that you are not alone. In fact, you might be on a journey towards something much deeper, a life rich with meaning and intellectual satisfaction. Yet, there lies a bittersweet truth. While solitude is essential for personal and intellectual development, complete withdrawal from society can lead to a troubling disconnection from reality. Schopenhauer cautioned against the dangers of excessive isolation, recognizing that although a thoughtful mind flourishes in solitude, it must also maintain some connection to the world around it. So, how does one strike that delicate balance? How can those with keen minds navigate a world that often feels shallow without succumbing to total isolation? And perhaps most importantly, what profound insight did Schopenhauer leave us that could transform our understanding of both solitude and social interaction? Stay with me as we delve into the most vital lesson of all. Chen-Hao philosophy reveals a poignant truth. Solitude is indeed a gift, but like all gifts, it must be handled with care and wisdom. Intelligent individuals often withdraw from social interactions, perceiving the illusions that permeate them, and they find solace in the quiet of solitude rather than the clamor of shallow exchanges. Yet, this excessive retreat carries its own dangers: a disconnection from reality, emotional stagnation, and the potential loss of invaluable insights that only come from human connection. This creates a poignant dilemma. How can those with keen intellects nurture their inner worlds without severing ties with society? The solution may lie in selective engagement. Schopenhauer suggested that instead of immersing themselves in the crowd, intelligent people should foster relationships with a few select individuals, those who stimulate their minds, resonate with their values, and honor their need for solitude. This method allows them to interact with the world while avoiding its trivial distractions. Yet, beneath this strategy lies a deeper sorrow. Intelligent individuals often grapple with what is termed existential isolation, the profound understanding that, despite their efforts to connect, their thoughts, insights, and inner experiences remain largely inaccessible to others. This isn't loneliness in the typical sense. It is the painful acknowledgement that the mind is a solitary realm, one that cannot be fully shared. Schopenhauer recognized this existential weight, viewing life as a relentless struggle where fleeting moments of joy are overshadowed by inevitable suffering. For him, the quest for meaning was not found in the company of others, but in the pursuit of wisdom, self-mastery, and intellectual growth. However, this journey is fraught with difficulty. The more one comprehends the complexities of the world, the more challenging it becomes to overlook its absurdities, contradictions, and injustices. This is why numerous brilliant thinkers throughout history have sought refuge in creative outlets. Philosophers, artists, writers, and scientists, many of whom led solitary lives, transformed their intellectual solitude into something extraordinary. Friedrich Nietzsche, inspired by Schopenhauer, famously stated, "One must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star." This chaos, this relentless quest for truth, often distances the thinker from society, yet it also paves the way for revolutionary ideas and significant contributions to human understanding. Herein lies a crucial insight. While solitude fosters wisdom, that wisdom is intended to be shared. Even Schopenhauer, despite his aversion to social interaction, wrote extensively, leaving behind concepts that continue to influence contemporary philosophy. His thoughts transcended his own isolation, affecting minds across generations. This highlights an important lesson: intelligent individuals need not entirely withdraw from society. Instead, they should redefine their engagement with it. Rather than pursuing superficial social interactions, they ought to leverage their intellect to make meaningful contributions, be it through writing, teaching, creating, or innovating. They can connect their inner world with the external one without compromising their desire for depth. The essential point is not to conform to shallow societal norms, but to interact with society on their own terms in ways that resonate with their values and intellectual endeavors. This leads us to a crucial question: if solitude is so beneficial and social interactions are often shallow, why do so many people dread being alone? The answer can be found in distraction. Many individuals pursue social connections not out of a true desire for companionship, but as a means to escape their own thoughts. Being alone compels one to confront oneself, to address unresolved fears, unexamined beliefs, and the profound questions of existence. This is exactly why solitude, despite being feared by many, holds such power for the discerning mind. It encourages introspection, personal growth, and ultimately, self-mastery. However, there is a hidden risk. Even the most intelligent people can fall into the trap of excessive isolation, confusing it with superiority instead of recognizing it as a necessity. Schopenhauer cautioned that withdrawing too much from the world could lead to arrogance and a disconnect from reality. Intelligence by itself does not ensure wisdom. Genuine wisdom arises from finding a balance between solitude and engagement, reflection and action, as well as knowledge and experience. So, what is the ultimate insight? What is the most significant lesson we can derive from Schopenhauer's philosophy? It is this: the intelligent mind must navigate the delicate balance between solitude and engagement. Completely retreating risks losing oneself in one's own thoughts, while conforming to societal norms can lead to a loss of authenticity. The answer lies in fostering a life that accommodates both, embracing solitude as a means for growth, while selectively engaging with the world in meaningful ways. True fulfillment lurks in the shadows, not in the hollow laughter of mindless gatherings, nor in the suffocating silence of total isolation, but in the dark mastery of one's own existence. Schopenhauer's insights unveil a chilling truth. The path of the astute individual is not about shunning the world, but about piercing through its deceptive veils and engaging with it in a manner that safeguards both intellect and integrity. And now, we stand on the precipice of the final, most haunting revelation. This lesson binds all together, a realization that could shatter your approach to solitude, social life, and the very essence of meaning itself. Stay close, for in the next section, we will unearth this final truth, one that may irrevocably alter your perception of life. Schopenhauer's philosophy guides us to a profound and unsettling understanding, one that challenges the very foundations of what we've been taught about solitude, intelligence, and the insatiable need for social connection. It is a realization that, once grasped, can transform our approach to existence, relationships, and personal growth into something darker and more profound. Throughout history, society has ensnared us in the belief that belonging is vital, that social interaction is an essential thread in the fabric of human fulfillment. Yet, Schopenhauer reveals a deeper, more sinister truth. True fulfillment does not arise from the hollow echoes of external validation or the relentless chase for social ties. Instead, it emerges from self-sufficiency, from the eerie ability to stand alone without fear, and from the mastery of one's own mind, a mind that can wander into the abyss and return unscathed. The final and most poignant lesson is this: the truest form of existence lies in a delicate balance where solitude and engagement are not at odds, but rather intertwined. It is not merely a choice between society and isolation. It is about rising above the need to rely on either. Genuine intelligence does not stem from shunning the world. It emerges from a clear vision of it. The highest state of being is one where solitude and engagement coexist harmoniously. Yet, many shy away from solitude, fearing the depths of their own thoughts, doubts, and the haunting emptiness that can accompany it. They seek companionship to escape the discomfort of their own minds. In contrast, the wise individual welcomes solitude as a path to personal growth, nurturing a profound inner life that does not depend on the chaos of the outside world. However, Schopenhauer does not promote total withdrawal from human connection. He recognizes that interactions can hold value, but only when they are purposeful, meaningful, and resonate with one's true self. In this bittersweet dance between solitude and connection, we often find ourselves longing for a deeper understanding, yet fearing the very silence that could lead us there. The secret lies in shunning mindless socialization, instead yearning for the profound connections we choose to cultivate. One authentic conversation eclipses 1,000 hollow exchanges. A single true bond outweighs 100 shallow ties. This is why the astute do not shun social life out of disdain for others. They withdraw because they comprehend the preciousness of their time, energy, and focus, too valuable to squander on fleeting distractions. They recognize that their minds are their most formidable weapon, and they protect their solitude not as a retreat into isolation, but as a fierce act of self-respect. Yet, here we uncover the most chilling revelation of all. The ultimate aim is not merely to retreat from the world. It is to transcend it, to ascend to a realm where one can engage with society without being devoured by its insatiable hunger, to navigate the treacherous social landscape without losing oneself to its dark allure. Picture, if you dare, what this could mean for your own existence. What if you no longer felt the suffocating need to conform to the relentless pressures of the crowd? What if you could embrace your solitude without the gnawing pangs of guilt? What if, instead of chasing after ceaseless social interaction, you devoted your time to nurturing wisdom, crafting something of substance, expanding your mind beyond the suffocating confines of the mundane world? Schopenhauer's most profound realization is that intelligence extends beyond mere thought. It encompasses the ability to detach from illusions. These illusions include the belief that we need to be surrounded by others to find happiness, the idea that external validation is essential for fulfillment, and the misconception that solitude should be feared rather than welcomed. So, what is the key takeaway from this? It is the recognition that intelligent people are not rejecting society. Rather, they are opting for a different journey, a journey of self-exploration, inner strength, and intellectual freedom. They are neither antisocial nor arrogant. They simply understand that the most significant journey is inward, not outward. Now, I pose a final question for you to ponder. How would your life change if you ceased seeking approval, stopped fearing solitude, and began to embrace the power of your own mind? Once you come to the realization that true fulfillment originates from within, you will find that the world no longer dictates your life. Instead, you become the master of your own world. Thank you for considering this.